Do you want to enjoy every minute of your next vacation? What if I told you there was one thing you could do consistently in your everyday life that would take your travel adventures to the next level? One of the biggest mistakes travelers make is underestimating the amount of stamina and strength they need for the trips they take, even for those more sedentary tours. That is why today I'm sharing my secrets to staying fit and healthy as a woman over 50 who wants to be ready for all of life's adventures. Let's go. Before we get into this video, I want to stress that I am not a doctor or healthcare provider of any sort, and that I am just sharing what I'm doing and what is actually working for me. And I've got 4 reasons to share with you about why being fit is such a huge benefit when traveling. And no, it's not all about looking good in a bikini, although that can be a nice side effect. The first reason is having the stamina to be able to walk around for hours at a time. It's going to enable you to see so much more and really be able to embrace the culture of your destination. Reason 2 is being fit will absolutely help you recover from jet lag more quickly and have better sleep when you are away. Number 3 is creating a healthy gut environment, which is going to allow you to better handle new and strange foods. And finally, number 4, being fit opens you up to many more opportunities of places to explore and experience that are off of the beaten path. Over the past 10 months, I have been focusing on getting my health back on track after experiencing some kind of emotional traumas, including being with my dad during a long illness and ultimately his passing last January. I had stopped being committed to my daily walks and was really indulging in all of the comfort foods to get me through. And I don't blame myself for that. I needed it at the time. And then after getting some disappointing blood test results, I knew it was time to get my shit together again and set some realistic goals. Now, I want to stress that although I started this journey by focusing on a number on the scale, I have actually backed away from using weight as a goal. And I'm now more focused on how I'm feeling overall, sleeping well, can I hold a plank longer, do I get out of breath as quickly, do my clothes fit better? These are all the things that I now pay attention to, and I don't really measure my success by my daily weight anymore. So let's get into the 4 main pillars of my fitness routine. And we'll start with the one that I think has made the biggest difference in my overall strength. And that is a regular strength training program. Now, I don't really love going into a gym to do my weight workouts. I'm truly a lazy person at heart. So for me to stick to working out 3 days a week, I had to make it super easy for me, which means finding a way I could work out at home. That's why I am so excited to introduce you to today's sponsor, Get Healthy U TV. Get Healthy U TV is an amazing resource for not just workouts, but also health tips and inspiration. I love that Get Healthy U TV has specific programs created for women our age. I've been enjoying working my way through the menopause muscle builder calendar, but if you're just beginning your health and fitness journey, there are programs for you too, like the Active Aging Beginner and Fit Over 60. For me, using Get Healthy UTV has been the easy button I needed to kickstart my strength training. On the days I'm scheduled for a workout, I just get up, open the app, and get started. Sometimes while I am still in my pajamas. And when I'm traveling, I can use the app to do a body weight workout no matter where I am, so I don't lose the momentum of my health journey. Get Healthy UTV has a special offer for my community. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the video description will get a full year of premium membership to Get Healthy UTV for only $1.49. This is valid for new members only, but what a great deal and what a great way to start off your health and fitness journey. Thank you again to Get Healthy UTV for sponsoring this part of the video. The second pillar is walking. More specifically, making changes to my walking routine and daily step count goals. Walking is, according to many doctors and specialists, the #1 exercise we as women over 50 can do to improve our health. I have been a runner, hiker, and walker throughout my entire life, but I did stop running about 5 years ago when my knees really started to protest. But I've continued to walk and hike when I can get to a good trail. A little over 2 years ago, my friend Mary and I did a 19-mile hike from one rim of the Grand Canyon down to the Colorado River and back up to the rim. Before that hike, I was doing tons and tons of training by walking anywhere from 15 to 20,000 steps a day, and then we would get out and do long hikes when we could. We basically live below sea level, so it's hard to do any elevation training here. The hike was hot and really, really hard, but we did it. In fact, you can see our struggles in this video here, which I will have linked below. I'm sharing this story because after I did that hike, that's when I started to slack on my overall healthy habits. Fast forward to this year, along with the not so great blood test results, I also had a bone scan done that found, unfortunately, the beginnings of osteopenia in both my hips and lower back. This is pretty worrying to me because my mom has pretty serious osteoporosis. So I knew I wanted to do whatever I could to build back those bones. Walking alone is fantastic for bone health, but adding a weighted vest takes it to a whole nother level. So I got this weighted vest early in the summer, and I now try to do 2 walks a week wearing the vest, which adds 12 pounds. And when I wear the weighted vest, I usually do about 3 miles. You could also just wear a weighted vest around the house doing your chores and other things that you do around the house. But I just like doing the walk and checking it off of my list. Plus, I know that it's adding to my daily step count for the day, which is another walking goal that I have changed this year. I used to be totally happy if I hit my 10,000 step goal, but as my stamina has increased, I've noticed that I really need to be walking more to keep my stamina up. Currently, I have a goal to hit 20,000 steps 3 days a week and then to average 15,000 steps a day for the other 4 days. One of the ways I'm doing this without having to spend 3 hours outside walking is by adding a walking pad and standing desk to my office. Now, instead of sitting for hours at a time, I'm getting steady movement in all day long, which is really great. And it's made it super easy to hit those daily goals. One of the things I have found with increasing my walking was how tight my hips would get, which leads us to our third pillar of my health journey, and that is increasing balance and flexibility practices into my week. Now, I'm going to admit that I am extremely lucky and grateful to have an amazing yoga teacher here in my community that I can practice with 2 to 3 times a week. She is so good at pushing us beyond our own mental blocks and creating practices where we really have to combine not just balance and flexibility, but also strength. In addition, she always includes an amazing healing sound bowl practice at the end of each of our sessions. So we leave feeling peaceful and relaxed. Even though she is local to me, you guys can also experience her amazing yoga practices as she has, just started her own YouTube channel, which I am going to have linked below if you want to try some of her classes or sound bowl experiences. Jen is truly a beautiful soul, and I think you will really enjoy her videos. But another option I can use when traveling is Get Healthy UTV, as they have several great yoga and flexibility classes available too. If you aren't currently engaged in any activities where you are practicing balance and flexibility, I would highly encourage you to do so, because your chance of falling as you age increases
dramatically.
And when you are traveling, especially in those ancient cities and ruins, you are going to encounter so many trip and balance hazards. Balance is such a simple thing that we take for granted and think we're always going to have it. But like with any other physical endeavor, it needs regular practice. Finally, the fourth pillar is diet. Like I said before, I am not a nutritionist or dietitian, but I do love to read about and listen to podcasts or videos about nutrition, especially as it pertains to those of us in the various stages of menopause, perimenopause, postmenopause, all the pauses. And unless you've been hiding under a rock, you've probably heard about how important it is that we as women over 40 are getting enough protein. There are so many reasons why we need protein at this stage of life, but the three most important ones to me are that the protein supports bone health by properly utilizing vitamin D to strengthen bones. It helps stave off the age-related muscle loss we get due to the loss of estrogen and human growth hormones, and it helps in maintaining a healthy metabolism and keeps our hunger hormones in check. So we don't want to eat all the cookies all day long. When I began this health journey, I wasn't really sure how much protein I was getting each day. So I decided to track my food and ultimately ended up creating a tracking system for all of my healthy habits, including vitamins, collagen intake, water, and of course, exercise. Now for me, I chose not to use an app like MyFitnessPal because it just feels too out of sight, out of mind for me. I kind of forget to start doing the tracking. But I was able to stick to tracking by using good old pen and paper. I went old school. I bought a notebook and I used one page for each day. And I know this sounds excessive, but I found that I had a much higher success rate of following through with my tracking when I saw that notebook sitting on my kitchen table every day. I made a goal of hitting around 120 grams of protein a day, and later added hitting about 25 grams of fiber a day too. I was also trying to keep my calories under 1,500, but I later realized that I was probably a little too low on calories, and now I'm not really counting calories at all. In fact, after tracking for about 4 months, I found that I now have a pretty well established roster of meals to choose from that I know if I choose from those meals, I'm going to hit my goals at the end of the day. But as the holiday season is getting closer, I might start tracking again just to not let things get too out of control. To give you an idea of what I eat in a day at home, I always start with a full glass of water first thing after I wake up, and then I have a couple of cups of coffee with a serving of collagen in each cup. I usually don't eat my first meal until about noon or 1 p.m. And at that point, it'll be something like yogurt with blueberries, and I'll add some chia seeds and maybe either some granola or this keto-friendly cereal that I like. Or it could be a big egg scramble with some avocado toast. Sometimes I'll snack on cheese and nuts later in the afternoon. And then I'll have a high protein dinner. And one of my favorite high protein dinners right now is using lentil pasta to make that viral tomato and feta cheese pasta. And I'll add a little bit of roasted chicken to that. Then because I love something sweet, I usually have my nighttime tea with some dark chocolate in the evening. I'm trying really hard not to eat anything after 8 or 8:30ish, but sometimes I get caught up in doing something for work during the day and I don't even eat dinner until 8 o'clock. It's a terrible habit. It's definitely a work in progress. After rolling in these various changes to my health and fitness routine over the past 10 months and sticking with those 4 pillars, I am feeling great. And although I've only lost about 5 pounds, and I'm still 10 pounds heavier than I was 4 years ago, I actually feel slimmer. And more importantly, I feel stronger than I did 4 years ago. I'm sleeping better, I have less cravings, and ultimately, I feel like I am ready and able to say yes to any adventure opportunity that might come my way. I'd love to know what you do in your everyday life to be ready for your travel adventures. Are there certain exercises that you include for yourself specifically for travel readiness? I know this has been pretty different from my usual videos, so let me know if you liked this and want to see more videos like this. In the meantime, if you are wondering how you can get enough protein during your travel days, check out this video next. Again, a big thank you to Get Healthy UTV for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to check out the link in the description below. And that my first 1,000 subscribers are going to get a great deal with $1.49 for 1 year. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have safe and wonderful travels.